so we are here with a beautifully amazing tree called Lady Liberty. She's about 2,000 years old. And actually, this is not my first time meeting Lady Liberty. We have a history, and I am so very grateful to be back with her today. Hi, love. Unfortunately, we cannot get up close because of this very large gate. And throughout this talk, you'll be hearing more and more about why the gate is there. But after a somewhat tragic story that you will hear in just a bit, they put up gates on 3 different trees here. And she is one of them. This one specifically cut off the energy around her, and even the roots that are outside of the gate she was unable to feel, even her little nubs. And so we changed that. We made sure that the physical mental gate did not create an energetic gate, so she could still be connected to the world and to the other parts of herself. So we did this several months ago, and now she seems to be thriving. And so here we go. She said she's really excited to be a part of a tree talk. She says lots of people come to her every day. She's kind of an attraction. Sometimes she feels like a sideshow attraction. But that's okay. She does get a lot of attention. Up until recently, she was not able to feel any of that or to connect with any of her visitors. But now she gets to connect with everyone, and she loves it very much. She is so very ancient, and she remembers a time pretty much before people in this area. And then she remembers connecting with the people and living with the people. She remembers the time where the trees were at somewhat of a war with the people. And then there was the time of peace with the people. And now there is this integration happening in the universe, and she feels it. She feels how much more connected we're becoming. Trees and people and just nature in general, animals, all of it, are beginning to act in ways unlike themselves to help teach us about connection and about love and about friendship. And she knows this because she can read it off every person who comes through. And so she is so very grateful for the ability to connect. She does have a guardian named Asiwe, and she wants to point him out specifically because he does a lot now to help support her and help her feel connected after being disconnected for so many years. And she is incredibly grateful to her guardian for that. She says if she had one message, it would be, don't shut yourself off. Stay connected, even when it hurts, even when it creates emotions you don't want to feel or experiences you don't believe you want. Stay connected and open. Allow for things to play out as they are meant to. She says this is the only way to achieve joy, to achieve the understanding of oneself that we all seem to be looking for. And she says anytime you want a party, come by. She loves a good party. It's a meme, don't you know popular culture? The tree says, I am a potato. Just like that. I am a potato. I said, what's with the potato? Apparently it's a meme. Gotta love it when a tree schools you on modern culture. I am a potato. Here we are with the senator, which was the largest cypress in the United States, over 3,500 years old. And in 2012, there was a woman who was not in her right mind who built a fire right up next to the senator to keep herself warm. What's interesting is the senator herself talks about how this was all divine and exactly what was supposed to happen. She burned, and she burned into what you see now. And she has so much joy about this because she has known since the day she was a sapling that this was her purpose. She is still here with us simply because she burned does not mean that she is not still very much alive in many ways. As we know, nothing ever really dies, it just transforms. And this is what the senator has done. She is very grateful to this woman who was brought up on charges and was severely punished for her actions. And this is why the fences around the sacred trees is to protect them from other people like this woman. The senator says there's no one else like that coming, and the gates are not necessary. This was purposeful and intentional within the universe, as sad as it may seem. Today she wants to talk about how she is still connected, how she still thrives in this life that she has as a mostly burnt husk. This is, she calls it her gift for her sacrifice. And she was so very, very happy to achieve this. She is home to many creatures and many energies. She has people come and visit her every single day and love her as she is. They mourn her death, and she says there is no need for mourning. This is a happy place, and this is exactly what it's meant to be. She says every person who comes, she does her best to put that energy of peace and that everything is right and perfect inside every person's heart that she meets. She says that she will be here in this form in a very long time, for a very long time as well. She does not necessarily appreciate the gate. None of them do. But she does understand the fear of man, which is why she wants to talk, and woman, thank you, which is why she wants to talk about connection. Because we are all connected. There is no accident. There is no mistake. It is all divinely intentional. And she knows that now more than she ever has. In all of her years, she has never been more connected to life and to humanity than she is now. And she just wanted to give that message. The more you open yourself up, the more you allow life in, the more connected you will be. And the more understanding you will have that you are never alone. And that we are all in it for the greater good. Even when we don't agree. It is this connection that can bring all of life together. It is also this connection that can destroy it. And as the most active members of our planet at this time. It is up to us to make those decisions. She also says, please choose wisely. He just said, do you want to know a secret? And I said, sure. And he said, I am a potato. This is the third one. This must have just happened, and they all think it's very funny because that's just so odd. And I'm not really sure what that has to do with anything except they just want to share. Is it that you're a potato? Yeah, they're laughing. If only I could fly up into their branches, but not the point. It would simply to be apparently to hear that they are a potato. She says the potato thing is a fun game that they play and a fun joke ever since they heard it. But in reality, the reason they're saying it today is because what you believe of yourself is what you are, and still has absolutely nothing to do with how the rest of the world sees you. It's part of that connectedness. You can believe whatever you want to believe about yourself and you will be right. But the people outside of you are the ones who truly see you for what you are. That's how connection works. You see yourself through the eyes of another and you know who you are. You see yourself through the eyes of yourself and you have a belief. So we are all potatoes. I'm not a potato. I'm a tomato. Okay. So this is the phoenix. And the phoenix is a clone from the senator that we just heard from. In the 90s, someone propagated some branches and created the clone. And after the senator burned, she was moved here. She is still very, very young, obviously, and starved for love. As you can see, there's a fence around her. And the last time I was here, none of these branches were sticking out, except the very tall ones. And she was very, very lonely. She has known very little human contact in her life, even though people come to this park specifically to see her and the others. And today she wants to talk about how important that contact is, how important human touch is, how important connection is. She apparently has been struggling and has been doing her very best not to show outward signs because she knows that she is important in some way, and she may not completely understand how she is important, but she knows that she is. And so she has been asking for help from all the other trees in the park to help keep her healthy because she does not receive the love that she feels that she needs. She receives a lot of admiration, but the touch, the connection is what's missing. So she is continuing to grow her branches out and out because she has found if she moves outside of the fence, people can reach her. And they can connect with her. And she is very grateful for this. Most people do this absent-mindedly, not realizing that she is asking them to. They do it because the branches are there and it's just something to do while you're standing and looking at a tree. But she says that it's actually about her asking, her desire for that connection that keeps people doing it. She wants to make very, very clear that human contact, human touch, human connection is important for humans to thrive. But it's also important for nature at this point as well, in this shift that we're in. She's very excited. She has a lot to say. In this shift that we're in, we are all learning our connection to each other and our connection to the universe. And she says we are all, meaning all living things, are connected. And so while it may have been in the time before that trees were only connected to trees because it had to be that way, this is no longer the case. And spending time in nature, honoring your trees, giving them hugs. Yes, as hippie as that sounds, giving them hugs, giving them love, talking to them is something that will allow us all to thrive. It is a symbiotic relationship of energy, of life itself, and it is very, very important. She is grateful to be at the front of the park. She is the first tree that people come to speak to, and she is the last tree that they say goodbye to. She does say she is sad for her brothers and sisters that are around her because they do not get nearly as much attention. But she does share the love she receives, and she is so very grateful every time someone comes up and shares space with her. She says that connection is the point. And the more you open and the more that you allow, the more connected you will be. She says the message from the trees today is to stop shutting yourself off. It's time to stop shutting yourself down and pushing away the things that scare you. It's time to embrace the world, and the things that scare you will transform.